In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a full breakdown on how to successfully draft in Power League. Now, I know that this video has been highly requested for such a long time, and I'm finally going to make this video for you guys. Now, this is just going to be general tips. I'm not going to be going specifically like drafting for every game mode. Let me know if you guys want me to do that in the comments down below. Later on in the video, I'm actually going to be watching myself draft on a live stream, and we're actually going to be able to see like my thought process when I was drafting. But I'm super excited to get into this video, so let's go ahead and hop straight into the drafting guide. First things first, I want to highly suggest that when you guys are drafting, you guys have 3 to 5 of the strongest brawlers in the meta maxed out. If you guys don't know who to max out, go ahead and check out my top 5 brawlers for April. If you guys max out those brawlers and play them in Power League, it'll definitely increase your guys' chances of winning. Now, the reason that I suggest 3 to 5 brawlers is because in case some of your brawlers are banned that you have maxed out, you still have some other options that you can turn to.
You know how much I sacrificed?
The next thing you guys should know when you're drafting is that you guys gotta know what brawlers are strong in the meta. This kind of goes with the first tip as well, because if you have those 3 to 5 brawlers maxed out and they're also currently the strongest brawlers in the meta, you definitely should be winning more games. But it's also super important that even though you have them maxed out, you practice them on the ladder or playing them in Power League in general and just get good at them. Yeah, just because you have the 3 out of 5 brawlers maxed out that are the best in the game, if you're garbage at them, there's no point in even playing them. So it's very important that you're good pretty much with any brawler in the game. Now, the next tip I got for you guys is that you guys gotta know like what brawlers are strong on the map, because the meta changes depending on the map. Yeah, you know, you could play Nita and Heist, but you know, Nita's not gonna be good on all Heist maps like Safe Zone, for example. So it's super important that even though, yeah, a brawler might be very strong in a game mode, they may not be good for every single map within that game mode. So it's important you watch pros how they draft or how they play brawlers on that specific maps and game modes. And also, the last tip I got for you guys is a general tip, is that make sure you guys are watching pros, kind of like what I said earlier.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Watching pros, watching live streams, like even watching me and critiquing how people are drafting well or even drafting wrong. Like I'm gonna admit, I don't draft perfectly all the time. So it's important to learn from people's mistakes or learn from their successes. Even watching your own replays, like understanding, okay, why did I pick that brawler? Why did I do that? I should have picked this brawler instead. Going back and watching the replays of you drafting will definitely improve your IQ. Alright, so that's pretty much the general tips about drafting. Now let's go into like the drafting phase part of this video. Alright, so generally when you have the first pick, you want to be banning the strongest last picks. Typically, a lot of strong picks are like throwers and assassins, for example. And obviously, if you have the first pick, you want to be leaving the strongest brawler for that map open. Now, the kind of the opposite if you have the last pick. If you have the last pick, you want to be banning the strongest brawler for that map. And also, if you have the last pick, you want to be leaving brawlers like throwers and assassins open, as they typically are the strongest brawlers to play as last picks. As I do my video analysis later on, I'll basically go through the phase, so don't worry about it too much right now, but just keep those things in mind. Alright, so basically, like I said earlier, if you have first pick, you want to be going the strongest brawler on the entire map. Now, if you have second pick, you want to be going a super strong brawler as well for that map, but you also want to counter that first pick brawler as much as you can. Now, if you have the third pick, you want to also try and counter that first pick brawler, but also try and cater to your teammate's second pick. Now, if you have the fourth pick, you want to obviously try and cater to your teammate's first pick and try and counter the enemy team's second and third pick. Now, fifth and sixth pick, kind of the same thing. You have the last pick for your team, so you want to try and round out your comp as best as possible, but also counter the enemy team's comp as well. Now that I just walked you through like all of the picks and stuff like that, you can kind of basically just see that drafting, all it really is countering the enemy team and catering to your team. The more you can understand that process, it should make drafting a lot easier and you should be winning a lot more games. Alright, so now that I basically went over like all of the drafting tips and stuff like that, let's actually watch me draft on live stream and I'll break it down for you guys. Alright, so the first map we're going to be going over is Brawl Ball Pinhole Punt. And like I said, this is a live stream, and shout out to Harsh and Chasm in this live stream. They're the ones drafting with me. So as you can see in Pinhole Punt, you want to be, since we have the first pick, you want to be banning strong last pick brawler. So Chasm banning Ash is actually very good, but honestly, the fact that we banned Crow and Poco, looking back, we probably shouldn't have done that because they are very strong first picks on Brawl Ball. Maybe Poco not really, but Poco can be a good strong first pick because you have that option to run tanks and stuff like that. So I went B here. I think I end up swapping with Chasm in the end, but B is a very good first pick brawler because she can counter tanks, right? And she's also very long range, and you know, she's going to be a very good pick. So it basically eliminates them from going any tanks at all. So if they were smart, they wouldn't run tanks, period, here. So we're waiting to see what Red 3 picks here. and it looks like he's gonna be going with the Griff, power 8 Griff. Okay, yeah, so I don't know, I don't remember how strong like we are here in the club league rank or whatever. So yeah, they went Griffin Max. Max is definitely a good versatile brawler. Griff can be good with the wall breaks, so honestly, what they should have done in that second and third pick is try to counter B as much as they can. Max is a good counter to B, so I think that was decent for them. Harsh ends up going Stu here. I think Stu is going to be decent. He has the wall. I don't know if he runs Breakthrough here, but Breakthrough is going to be good as well on Pinhole Punt to try and break some walls down. And I think Chasm is going to run Ems here because I'm going to basically swap with him. Now, Stu is going to be good. He can basically carry here, and they're going to run Sam here last. So I think that overall that this is a pretty strong team for us here. Like, we have B and Ems who are going to counter Sam. They're basically screwed. The only good pick for them is they have the Max, who is super versatile and strong, so I think that was a decent pick for them. But overall, I think we have the stronger team, and I think as I'm like talking right now, I'll probably put over some gameplay of us winning and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we won this draft. I mean, their power level is not the strongest, don't get me wrong, but I think drafting overall, I think we definitely did a better job. But okay, that's one example of me drafting. Let's go ahead and hop into the next example. Alright, so the next example here is going to be Hot Zone Split. I'm playing with Harsh and Chasm yet again here. We have first pick, so typically first pick, right? You want to be banning strong last picks, so like throwers. Throwers are very, very strong here as last picks, like I kind of stated earlier in the guide. And first picks, you kind of want to be going strong brawlers like Rico and even Ruffs, Surge, strong brawlers like that. You could even go throwers first pick here because they can be good, you know, like a Dynamite or something like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and ban Frank. I think that's basically because, you know, I wanted to, you know, get rid of a huge wall breaker. Unfortunately, we banned Rico here. I don't think, yeah, my girlfriend's account didn't have a good Rico anyway. I ended up going Lou. I can't remember if we ended up swapping, but they went Chester. Like, Chester's not a good brawler to counter Lou. I think, I don't know why this guy went Chester. It's kind of funny, but yeah, learn from that, guys. Don't go like a brawler like Chester. One, he's super weak, and two, he's just not very good on Hot Zone Split in general. And three, I guess he's not a good counter to Lou. Them going Crow, I mean, even that's not really a good Hot Zone pick, or especially on like Split Hot Zone, he's not going to be too good. Harsh, I think he might run the Surge here. Surge is definitely a good Hot Zone brawler as well, especially with his jump. He can jump over the walls, and he's just a good, solid, versatile brawler in general. Chasm over here is going to run the Buzz. Now, that's going to be a super good pick as well because he has the basically the ring and he can charge his super, and they're going to go ahead and run Stu here. I guess they can go ahead and break walls with that. But overall, I think our comp is okay. I mean, even me going Lou, that's kind of risky, but me going Lou, at least it eliminates some anti-tanks. Granted, don't get me wrong, it would have been better if I went Surge first pick because he is the stronger brawler. Lou is a good anti-tank brawler as well, and we have some solid anti-tank brawlers, so they basically eliminated that for them, and that's why they had to go these weird picks. So it's kind of funny. You can already see from this draft that we pretty much smoked these guys to smithereens. So yeah, that basically is another example of like, I mean, this is kind of like what you shouldn't do more than what you should do, because I'm just showing like how poorly the enemy team is drafting. So yeah, learn from them. You want to be picking brawlers that counter the enemy team and brawlers that'll basically round out your comp very well. So that's going to be example number 2. Let's go and hop into the next one. Alright, so the next example is going to be Knockout Bell's Rock. So I'm playing with Harsh and Chasm, I'm pretty sure, in this drafting, and we have first pick yet again. So Bell's Rock, right? So Knockout, you want to be, and we have first pick, right? So we want to be banning strong last pick brawlers. So yeah, throwers are going to be probably super strong as well as first picks, but they can easily be countered by assassins or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and ban Grom and Sprout. Looking back, I probably should have kept Grom open, so I could have picked Grom first. But you know what, it's all good because I typically am not really that strong on the thrower anyway. So typically you would want to keep like Grom open, for example, because he is probably one of the best brawlers to run on Bell's Rock. But I think I'm kind of thinking here, what could I really run here? You could go like long range brawlers. It looks like Harsh is suggesting me to go Tick, and I can't remember. Okay, I do lock in the Tick. I'm probably going to swap with somebody. Tick is definitely a good brawler as well. We just got to see if Red 3 was smart or Red 2 was smart. They would try and play some wall breakers. Like, they go Colt right here, which is good, but there is unbreakable walls, so Colt is actually a decent pick. Strictly going for the wall break, that can be good. So what brawler would basically counter Tick but also cater to Colt here? They go Bo. I mean, that could be okay, but typically Bo on Knockout is not really the best. I mean, especially with this totem nerf, he's not going to be the greatest pick here. but you know, it is what it is. I mean, Bo, oh well. But it looks like Harsh, he's thinking about he's gonna go with the Fang. That's gonna be a decent pick, you know, basically to protect Tick in case they ran an Assassin as their last pick. So I think that was a smart pick from Harsh here. It looks like Chasm might run the RT. He ends up going Carl. Carl's a good safe pick as well. And then they end up going Edgar. So thank God Harsh ran the Fang here to basically save my life. So if Edgar jumps onto me, Fang is basically get him down. And you know, having Carl as well, you know, if he gets his gadget and uses his super, he's gonna basically be able to smoke Colt. Like, Colt doesn't have a ton of HP, so that's why last pick is super important. And it's a good thing Harsh thought about, like, okay, we have a thrower, what brawlers might be able to counter Tick, and they went Edgar, so he went a brawler that can counter the Edgar. So that was very smart from Harsh and Chasm. Good drafting from us. Their drafting was not really the greatest. I definitely think our comp is much better. But yeah, that's gonna be it for example number 3. Let's go and hop into the last example for this video. Alright guys, for the last example, we're gonna talk about a different game that I played basically in Hot Zone Split. So I'm playing with Harsh and Chasm again, but this is obviously a different set. So here we go. We have first pick again. It's kind of sucks. I couldn't find an example where we have last pick, so I can basically talk that over. But first pick yet again. So we want to be banning strong like last pick brawlers. So I banned Grom here again. I probably should not have banned Grom. I could have went Grom is a good first pick here, but I think you guys are going to like what I went as my first pick in general anyways. So we're going to ban Grom right here, and it looks like they're going to ban M's Rico Tick. That is good for them. They banned Rico. Rico is a very good brawler. I think I purposely did that so I could try and run Rico here, but they were smart. They had last pick. They banned Rico, the strongest brawler on that map. So I think I'm going to end up going a thrower here, I'm pretty sure. So I'm looking for him, and I think I'm talking with like my subs and stuff. I think I end up going Dynamite. I do end up going Dynamite right here, and I end up swapping. I'm not really the strongest Dynamite player, and I think I have delay anyway, so we're not going to run Dynamite. So if they were smart, what brawler would be good on split hot zone but also be a strong counter to Dynamite? So they're going to go BB, a good aggro brawler, so that's a very decent pick for them. If they were smart, they would try and break open the walls at least a little bit, but now with BB, if they break open the walls, it's like BB's going to basically be screwed. So what is Red 2 going to pick? He's going to go Gale. Gale is a decent brawler as well if he uses the Spring Trap, you know, gadget, or even if he uses, you know, the Tornado gadget, it's going to be good as well. But Gale's not really the strongest brawler, but Harsh is going to go ahead and go Surge, another good pick from Harsh. A very strong, versatile brawler. You can basically jump over the walls. Griff is going to be a good anti-tank brawler as well, along with Surge to counter BB. So Gale is basically going to get out DPS'd here by pretty much our whole team. They're going to be in trouble. They end up going Lu. I mean, Lu can be good to counter like the Surge as well, because if Surge goes aggro, basically Lu can go ahead and freeze him up. But Lu's going to be good for area control as well. So Lu is a pretty good last pick brawler, but I think it would have been more effective if we had like a tank. So I think Surge is still going to be able to counter all of these brawlers, and I think, yeah, we end up swapping anyways. So my goal here is to basically open up the map with the gadgets and stuff like that. Even though we have Chasm on the Dynamite, I think that opening up the map is still going to be the right play in this scenario. Well, anyway guys, that's gonna go ahead and conclude today's drafting guide. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys want me to make basically drafting guides for every single game mode, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to go down in the description below, follow me on my social medias, join my Discord, and subscribe to the second channel. But yeah guys, I think that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I love all of you guys. Thanks so much for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Flashing lights, baby. All I hear is gray.